There are a lot of similarities in these cases.
The Alphabet murders is one of the most mysterious
Each victim was around the same age,
and chilling unsolved serial killing cases in history.
10 or 11 years old.
It happened in the 1970s in Rochester, New York.
They were all abducted from Rochester, sexually assaulted and strangled.
3 young girls were murdered, and their cases shocked the entire country. What made these murders so strange was a pattern in the victims' names and the places where they were found. Each girl's first and last name started with the same letter, like the alphabet. This is why the case is called the Alphabet Murders. The 3 victims were all children, and their deaths left the community scared and confused. Despite many efforts by the police, the murders were never solved, and the killer was never caught. Over the years, many detectives, experts, and even writers tried to find clues and connect the dots, but the truth remains hidden. This story is about the strange details, the hunt for the killer, and the mystery that still haunts many people today. In this video, we will dive deep into what happened during the Alphabet murders, explore the victims' stories, and understand why this case still puzzles investigators after all these years. Stay with us to learn about one of the darkest mysteries in American crime history. Victims. The Alphabet murders involved 3 young girls who became the victims of this mysterious crime. Each girl had a name that started with the same letter for both her first and last names. This strange pattern shocked everyone and made the case even more puzzling. The first victim was Carmen Colon, a 10-year-old girl who disappeared while walking near her home. Her body was found later in a nearby town, and the details of her death were unclear but very disturbing. The second victim was Michelle Maenza, a 10-year-old girl as well. She was last seen walking to school but never arrived. Her body was discovered in a location starting with the letter M. Following the strange pattern of the murders, the third victim was Annie McCarrick, 11 years old. She was reported missing, and later her body was found in a place starting with the letter M, too. Like the others, she was a young girl whose life was tragically cut short. All 3 girls were innocent children, and their families waited for answers that never came. Their names and the places where they were found added an eerie connection to the murders, which is why this case remains so famous and mysterious today. Clues. The Alphabet murders case had very few clear clues, which made it difficult for the police to solve. One strange clue was the pattern of the victims' names and where their bodies were found. Each girl's first and last names started with the same letter, and their bodies were discovered in towns or places that also started with that same letter. This strange pattern was the most important clue, but did not lead directly to the killer. Police found some physical evidence at the crime scenes, but it was not enough to identify who did it. There were no clear fingerprints or eyewitnesses who could give strong information. Some small pieces of evidence were collected, but they didn't help much in solving the mystery. Over time, investigators looked for connections between the victims and possible suspects, but nothing concrete appeared. The lack of strong clues made the case cold, and it grew harder to find new leads as years passed. Despite the limited clues, the case still attracted attention from experts who believed that understanding the pattern might help catch the killer someday. Until now, these strange clues remain a mystery waiting to be solved. Suspects. Over the years, the police questioned several suspects in the Alphabet murders case, but no one was ever charged or proven to be the killer. One of the main suspects was a man named Arthur Shawcross. He was a known criminal who later confessed to other murders. Because of this, many people thought he might be connected to the Alphabet murders. However, there was not enough evidence to link him directly to these specific crimes. Other suspects were people who lived near the areas where the girls disappeared. The police investigated many leads, but none of the suspects had strong proof against them. Some were cleared quickly, and others could not be ruled out completely, keeping the mystery alive. The lack of clear evidence meant the police had no way to arrest the true killer. This made the case even more frustrating for investigators and the families of the victims. Even today, people still wonder who the real criminal was and if the case will ever be solved. The suspects remain a mystery, and the truth is still hidden somewhere in the past. Investigation. The investigation into the Alphabet murders was long and difficult. Police worked hard to find clues and catch the killer, but they faced many challenges. Because the murders happened in different towns and over a few years, it was hard to connect the cases at first. The unusual pattern of the victims' names helped detectives realize these crimes were linked, but it did not help them find the suspect. Officers interviewed many people, searched the areas where the girls disappeared, and followed every lead they could. They used all available technology at the time, but it was still not enough to solve the case. The lack of strong physical evidence made the investigation slow and frustrating. The police also faced pressure from the public and media, who demanded answers. Despite all their efforts, the investigation eventually went cold. Many detectives believed that the killer was someone local, but no one was ever caught or identified. Even today, the case is still open, and new investigators sometimes review the evidence, hoping to find a breakthrough. The Alphabet murders remain one of the most puzzling unsolved cases in American history. Theories. Many theories have been suggested over the years about who committed the Alphabet murders and why. Some people believe the killer was a local man who knew the victims or their families. Others think the murders were the work of a stranger who planned the crimes carefully to follow the strange Alphabet pattern. One popular theory is that the killer chose the victims because of their matching initials and the places their bodies were found. This theory suggests the murders were planned to confuse the police and make the case more difficult to solve. Another theory is that the murders were not connected at all and the pattern is just a coincidence. Some experts believe the three killings might have been done by different people, but the similarity in the victims' names made them seem related. There are also ideas about the killer's personality, such as being someone who wanted attention or someone with deep psychological problems. Despite many guesses and stories, none of these theories have been proven. The mystery of the Alphabet murders continues to attract interest, and people still debate which theory might be true. Status: the Alphabet murders case remains officially unsolved to this day. Despite many investigations, interviews, and attempts to find new evidence, the true identity of the killer has never been discovered. The case has become one of the most famous unsolved serial killings in the United States. Law enforcement agencies still keep the files open, hoping that new technology or information might help solve the mystery someday. Advances in forensic science, like DNA testing, have been used to review old evidence, but so far, no clear breakthrough has come. The families of the victims continue to seek justice and answers, but they have faced decades of uncertainty and pain. The community remembers the tragic losses, and the story remains a warning about how some crimes can remain hidden for years. Thanks for watching this deep dive into the haunting Alphabet murders case, a mystery that still puzzles investigators today. If you found this story gripping and want to hear more about unsolved crimes and shocking mysteries, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Your support helps us bring more true crime stories right to your screen. Now, here's a question for you. What do you think is the key to finally solving the Alphabet murders? Is it hidden evidence, a confession, or something we haven't even discovered yet? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We love hearing your theories! And don't miss our next video. The disappearance of Jennifer Kesse, a mystery unfolds, coming soon. You won't want to miss it. Stay curious and stay safe.